What is up, it's Eddie and welcome to another video on the channel for you guys here today, and we're going to be just you the toughest career modes that you can do on EAFC 24. I was about to call it FIFA 24 anyway, but the first team we're going to just do is a Premier League team, and I think it's pretty obvious, is Luton Town. Obviously do have one of the worst squads in the Premier League, and also have one of the lowest transfer budgets in the Premier League as well. A thing which probably will bug you about the career mode, there is no stadium as of yet with Luton Town. There will be, just not yet. So maybe if you want to do a Luton Town career mode, maybe wait. Luton Town do not have a gold rated player, so when you guys play Ultimate Team, they don't have a gold rated player. Also, I think another, I kind of waffled here, but also another thing about Luton as well, their highest rated players in the squad are aging-ish. You got Tom Lockhead, 28, 29, Nakamba, 29, Barkley, you know, Kaminsky, 30, Krul, 35. And there isn't much sell-on value either, so you can't just, they don't have a star player you can sell them for a load of money either. So you're struggling in terms of that, so you can't really just sell on a big player and then buy a load of other players. The highest value player is actually on loan to them from Manchester City. In terms of their squad though, they do have a few exciting players I think will be key for you in the career mode. I definitely do think, obviously, Colton Morris, their best player probably in real life at the moment. Teeth Chong, a new exciting new signing. But yeah, it will be a really tough change to anybody that does Luton Town. If you do decide to do Luton, I would highly suggest to you to just bring some high-rated quality in the side. Definitely. You know, definitely some high-rated quality in the side. Maybe some Asian players you can get on a cheap, potentially. Maybe you need to actually get like just go all out on a striker. It will be really tough for you with Luton Town. It will be really tough because you can't just like start up a career mode and just sell one player and get like 20 mil sometimes, you know, to try and obviously raise the funds, you know, and try and, you know, push on. But yeah, only 20 million to spend will be difficult. But yeah, Luton Town is the first team that I do suggest, you know, doing as one of your tough career modes. The next thing I'm going to suggest to you is, I don't know how to pronounce this team's name. You guys know what with pronunciations, but Havre, who's it's definitely not pronounced like that. But, yeah, a French team that just got promoted last season to the Ligue 1. I don't know where they finished last season, actually. But anyway, they do have one of the lowest ranked teams in the league. And also, they do have unfortunate one of the lowest transfer budgets actually out of any of the top league teams across Europe, you know, out of the top, you know, 5 leagues. If you're looking for, you know, a way to obviously keep the career mode realistic, they produced one of the main players produced over the years, Riyad Mahrez. He was one of the main players that moved on from Le Havre to Leicester City. You look at their squad right now, like I said, the highest rated player is 75 overall at 30 years of age. You got Bayo, their second highest rated player at 74, and then everyone else is roughly about 72, and they are aging as well players. So another team that you really are struggling to try and get. But then again, you do have some good young players as well, you know, in the team. Like we look at it here, we got, you know, who else? There was somebody that I literally just saw. This guy here is the club captain, Sangnante, 21 years of age at 71 rated, is pretty good. 21 at 68 rated, 21 at 69 rated, 21 at 67 rated, 21 at 68 rated, you know, 21 65, 22 68, 23 63. So, yeah, they do have a big squad though. They do definitely have a big squad. A few players loaned out. I wouldn't necessarily call any of them, you know, in terms of like being able to recall. If you're looking for ways to improve the team, I would definitely, you know, sign some defenders and definitely potentially sign a striker because you're kind of lacking a pacey striker. Because, like I said, 63, 68 pace strikers. Your midfield your defence is, I don't know. It will be really tough if you do this team. Really tough. It will probably be the toughest challenge that you'll probably do in the Liga. And it wouldn't surprise me if you would get relegated. Obviously, make sure to try and use the youth academy. Maybe use the loan market as well. You know, let's use the loan market, maybe have a look at the transfer listed players, maybe have a look at the free agents category. However, I would maybe stay away from the free agents for a little bit, unless if you are, what's the word, like, not really want to keeping it realistic, because I always feel like using the free market, signing more than 2 frees, I feel like it's a little bit unrealistic. But yeah, I would definitely suggest doing Havre. Okay, so the next thing we can talk about here is going to be Darmstadt from the Bundesliga, a recently new promoted team. Obviously, another club without a stadium, which might annoy some people, but yeah, I would heavily suggest doing Darmstadt. I think the Bundesliga is always a great league to do, a licensed league with some absolutely fantastic players in. Darmstadt have only got a budget of 10 million, and they've got a 3.5-star rated team. They did do really well last season, obviously, to get promoted from the second division into, obviously, the major league. It's a bit weird, though, because when you go over to the Bundesliga to select a real-life manager, their squad, they don't actually have a manager, you know, that's there to be able to offer you. They do have a slightly better squad than, you know, Ligue Havre in terms of, you know, quality of depth. The highest rated player comes in their goalkeeper at 75 rated, then Bader at 26, 74, Zimmerman 73, 73 as well for a cam, 73 for a left wing back. In terms of, you know, sellable players, they do have not the most sellable players in terms of value. They do have a couple of loans in at the club. Excuse me, they do have a couple of loans in at the club, mainly in the fact of Majilica, who's on loan from Stuttgart, Francic, who's on loan from Wolfsburg, Pethia, who's on loan from Stuttgart, and Skaraki, who's on loan from Union Berlin. All pronunciations for me again. If you're looking to improve this team, which, to be honest with you, it does need a little bit of improvement, but I don't think it needs as much improvement, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be down there with you. Heidenheim is going to be another team that's definitely going to be down there in the league. Potentially Werder Bremen. So I feel like if you just use the squad and spend your money wisely, you know, you could do really well. Bochum, another one that can be down there. I definitely do think it's possible for you to stay up your first season with this team. So yeah, Darmstadt is the third team which I suggest you. Okay, next team, which might come as a shock to you, is Rayo Vallecano, who are a side which have a very unique history about them. They're a club which I have done before, and I will say I absolutely adored. They do have a stadium in the game as well, which is a massive thumbs up. The first time I do suggest that as a stadium with the fourth team. But yeah, I definitely suggest doing Rayo Vallecano if you are interested in doing La Liga. They do have some really good, exciting young players as well in their team. You look at their team on paper, and they've got some really solid ratings here. You know, they've got some really exciting players. I don't think they made it into Europe last season. I believe they were close. I could be wrong. If you are looking for improvements to make to the team, I definitely do think potentially the centre-back area, because your centre-backs are aging. Like I said, you got your two main centre-backs, both at 34, 32. So, yeah, centre-back area is something that I look for. You do have a low budget with this team, but I do like the fact that you do have a low budget, because this team isn't really built on that. They're never a club to really spend a lot of money. They bring players which probably haven't had a great few years and try and build them up. Like Luene, out of favour at Newcastle, came to Rayo's done brilliant. Falcao, bit out of favour, free agent, gave him the chance, and yeah, and they've got some absolutely fantastic players. Palazon is one of the best wingers in the league. He has had an absolutely great few years. However, you do have a few aging first-team starter players like Draminski, 29. Your right back, 31. Both of your centre-backs, obviously, 32. Espinoza, new signing, 31. Both of your CDMs, 29, 28. Your cam is 35. Your left mid is 30. Obviously, your striker is 37. So, I think that's the most concerning thing about this career mode, if you would do it. It's an old team. You know, it's an old team, the old boys. I definitely do think this season, try and use this current team. However, buy younger Spanish players and try and build them up. Next I was just you is Sheffield United, who are, yeah, after their last game in real life. Yeah, 8-0. I know maybe Sheffield United fans, there's a lot of Sheffield United fans on the channel, and they looked, well, they didn't look, they haven't done good so far in real life, but they looked okay at moments. You know, obviously they were okay against Crystal Palace. They were decent against Manchester City, you know, for a few periods of the game, and they looked all right. And you maybe thought maybe against the likes of, you know, at home, they could potentially pick up a few points against the likes of Newcastle, you know, potentially part of a shock, and no, that did not happen. But yeah, definitely, I think one of the main career to do this year is Sheffield United. They do have a few really good players, like Ahmed Hozic, definitely a fantastic centre-back. Keep hold of him. He can grow, pacey, really good centre-back. Gustavo Hamer, great attacking midfield. Cameron Archer, great player as well in real life. Villa do have a buyback clause on him, so maybe you tend to get an offer from Villa in the career mode. Maybe potentially sell him to Villa. Jaden Bogle, another great player. Austin Trusty. They do have a really good team, Sheffield United, on paper. You know, they've got some really good players. Even in terms of rating as well, you know, they're obviously a lot better than Luton Town are, you know, a few 75s, you know, in Hamer, Souza, Ahmed, Fodingham, you know, and a few 74s in Tom Davis, Norwood, Egan, 73s, 72, 71. It's not bad. It really isn't a bad team. And you've got some plenty of exciting players like Traore, 20 years of age at 67. Silmani, 22 at 67. Koulibaly, 22 at 67. Jebsen, 19 at 66. You know, they do have some really good players. Hackford, 60 at 19. Obviously, they've got a low budget, you know, in this side. I would definitely try and utilise the low market with this save. But honestly, if you genuinely play with all your passion, all your heart, you will keep this team up. Because this team can develop over time. Like, Bogle's going to grow, Lowe's going to grow, Ahmed's going to grow, you know, Hamer's going to grow, you know, potentially maybe McBurney might go up to 73, you know. But yeah, Sheffield United, along with Luton, two top Premier League teams. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video on the channel. If you guys have, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care. See you all soon. Have a great day, everybody.